Hi, this is Dave Treat. I'm Accenture's global blockchain lead, and I'm incredibly excited to be here with Leanne Kemp, who's the CEO of Everledger. And Everledger's got one of the best stories of an actual blockchain-based product in the world, doing, driving real social impact. And just incredibly happy to have you here with me.
Thanks, David. Thank you. It's great to be here in Davos. Exciting. I love being in the crowd of Accenture. It's fantastic. I feel the oxygen. It's already in my veins.
That's great. We get to collaborate even more now because we've got a concept that just couldn't be more aligned with the Everledger story, with things that we care and focus about. We've got Mercy Corps, we've got MasterCard. We're bringing a couple of great organizations together to really tackle this problem of how do you get the base of the pyramid producers, first mile producers, more included in supply chains. Now, you've been doing this for some time in diamonds, and just tell the story a little bit.
Sure. Well, of course, we started in the heart of London in 2015 after the crazy idea in a hackathon in 2014. So I've been around a while now, creating a platform of provenance to enable the traceability of diamonds from the source of the mine right the way through to the retail network. So consumers can have a full consciousness decision about their purchase. And to be honest with you, I'm excited about the collaboration, but the reality is we should have done this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is really not something that should be the new operating system of the world. We should have a little bit of shame about ourselves because we should have done it 10 years ago.
Yes, no, I completely agree.
And I was a little bit fitter. Could have run faster.
Yeah, and we get, but it's, what a good motivation. We know we're late. We know it's urgent. We know we can act now, and we're going to drive now, right? It's we've been talking about what good digital identity looks like. We've been talking about, we've taken everyone up the learning curve around what distributed ledger technology is all about. I think that the pieces have come together where we should be able to move fast now.
Look, I totally agree. I've been working in RFID technology and track and trace technology since the mid-90s. Now I'm giving away my age. But the reality is...
You started at the age of 2. Right?
Again, you're smooth. But the truth of the matter is that these technologies have existed, and even some of the components of distributed ledgers with cryptography and consensus mechanisms, but it's actually the convergence of this coming together, which is really the exciting piece.
Yeah, the consumer engagement potential to link consumers directly to producers. Every time I look at the Everledger interface and you're grabbing at heartstrings, particularly with the moment of diamonds and diamond purchase, and the way you tell the story, I think is just so compelling. I'm hoping we're gonna be able to create that same dynamic for you and I standing at the grocery store and seeing the placard of a producer that's I'm anticipating, right, showing my kids that entire supply chain, series of handoffs, but going all the way back to that most important person who first pulled it out of the ground,
Absolutely, and I would sort of like to take it even a second sort of tier out, and that is we've really been focused on traceability and provenance, and we've gone into conflict zones, and we're interested in running into burning buildings. That's where we find we shine the best. Yeah. But it's actually not just about single time, single procurement, first time purchase. It's what happens after that, the second, third, and fourth iteration. So leather as a prime example. Traceability of leather is incredibly important. The custodianship of the animal as well. Yeah. The sustainability. But actually it's the recycling of that leather that is also something that we should be thinking about. Yeah,
the circular aspect of this, the potential for us to not just eliminate wastage in the first go through, but the repeat use and recycling is I agree, just key.
Yeah, more recently you would have known and heard that the Premier appointed me as the Chief Entrepreneur for Queensland. Leading under the Minister of Innovation. Yeah, thank you. Another rock in the backpack. But on a more serious note, really looking and understanding that we as governments have an incumbent responsibility to understand not only the future of skills and work, but the marriage of technologies together. But I'd like to see countries being marked and GDP and measured based on sort of circular and sustainability, and let's try and put that on the map.
Yeah.
And then even thinking about labeling. Why can't we, make an explicit clause on labeling? We know what's inside of packaged food or even in textiles. I'm not necessarily caring if I can dry clean my clothes or not, but I care if there's a CO2 footprint, and I care that if this was worn 2, 3, and 4 times. In fact, I should wear that proudly.
Yes, exactly. And the studies that have come out recently that say people will pay more. They'll pay a premium for something that aligns with their principles and what they feel is important. And so I think we've got that dynamic where it can be a self-reinforcing business. Doing good can be good business, and I think that's just incredibly.
Well, let's hope we're not talking about this in 3 to 5 years' time.
No,
because
we're going to be doing it.
by doing good business should just be the way we do business.
Exactly. Yeah, it should all be.
Shouldn't be a point of difference anymore.
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Thank you so much.
My
for
pleasure.
joining.
It's always great.
Yeah, and it's always fun to be with you, and can't wait for our teams to just go deep on this.
Hot chocolates this year, vodka in a few years' time after we get it done.
Done. Perfect.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.